just left my post. The sun has been up for about maybe an hour, and I've seen one roe, and it's really cold and it's really windy. So the idea was that I would circle around this patch of trees that I'm in, see if I can see something. I may see more, but it's going to be difficult to stalk it. But the wind is good and it covers a lot of the scent and also the noise from my feet, so we'll see. Well, I came around this patch of trees and I saw a couple of hares and some cranes and a lot of birds down here in this open area. And I don't see why it shouldn't hold a buck as well. So I'm out of the rain, I'm out of the wind right now, and I'm just sort of surveying this area.
And wouldn't you know it, 5 minutes later I spot some movement and it turns out to be a very nice looking roebuck. The buck at this point is about 500 meters from me. The wind is really good, so I start a stalk just to get closer.
So he's still out there. He's about 100 meters from me, feeding that way, and the wind is coming this way. And I'm just considering whether I should wait here for him, because I think he's going to come this way eventually, or if I should try a stalk. And my pulse is about 500 right now, and I'm shaking. I'm so excited. He looks like a very nice buck. So a doe just stepped out as well, and they're feeding away from me. I thought they were coming back. I thought they were coming back towards me, but they're actually feeding the other way. And I still have the wind, so I just went behind them, trying to get as close as I can now, and see if I can get a shot.
Both the buck and the roe are on the other side of an open area, so I have to get out of their view and keep the good wind. Just as I cross over and get into a good position, they decide to change their position and go back to where I was originally. The roe comes out and I know the buck is soon to follow. The roe sees me but doesn't really care, and she's not quite in my wind yet, but it's just a matter of seconds, and when she gets my wind, she's gonna take him with her.
Well, the plan worked fine, but as I got closer, they shifted the position and went to the left of me, and the wind was still good. But then the doe, well, the roe, she came out, and then she went behind me, and I was waiting for him to come up. And when he came out, he was at 50 meters, which is a very long shot with a bow in wind, in high wind, on a very small animal. I was waiting for him to get closer, but then she got my wind. She'd seen me, but didn't care. But when she got my wind, she just left and she took him with her. Last night turned out to be very uneventful. That means they never showed. I didn't see anything. So that was boring and cold and windy. I slept very well last night, and now it's about 4:30 in the morning. sun is coming up in about 10 minutes. And down here is where I saw the buck and the roe the first morning. I haven't seen them yet. My guess is that they went over and hopefully will come back this morning, but if they don't, I think I will go somewhere else because they could have been shot as well by the neighbors. So now I'm gonna slide down, sit here a little bit out of the wind, spot if I see them, stalk if I can, shoot, and hopefully kill. I just spotted 2 deer down where the buck is supposed to be, but I don't think the buck was one of them. They were sort of coming down towards me, and then they changed their minds. So they probably will be down in those trees down there, and eventually maybe even moving up towards me. I have some weather coming in now. It's starting to rain. It's looking very dark. The sky, I'm not sure it looks that way on the camera, but it's gonna rain. I think I'll just sit for a while to see what happens down there, and then stay out of the rain, and then move down there and see if I can spot these deer again. So I saw the 2 deer go left, and they're probably in those trees over there. I moved down so that when they come out, I will have a chance, but I have no idea where they are. So the buck just stepped out. Oh, that's a nice buck. Don't go back in, don't go back in. Where is he going?
The 2 deer are feeding away from me, and the wind is really good, so I decide to put in a stalk, get close, and take a shot. Once I'm out of their view, I can move relatively quickly through the trees and get closer. What I don't see is that the buck is now in the field and the roe is in the trees, and as I am focused on the buck, I'm about to get busted.
Okay, so there were 3 points in my plan: spot deer, stalk deer, and shoot deer. And somewhere between point 2 and 3 it messed up. I saw the buck. He came out. He is a beautiful buck. Big white points, 6 point, very high. And it seems like every time I see him he gets a little bit higher. I really want that buck. He came out, and the roe went away, and I sort of lost track of her, which is always stupid because she's the one with the eyes. He's just, I'm a buck, well, who cares? So I go into the trees, I follow these trails that the cows have actually made. It's really soft, and I got so close. I was just about to get into position for a shot, and then she spotted me. She was somewhere in the trees, and she just took off. He had no idea what happened, but he took off with her. So they blew, just like yesterday morning. So the plan now is go somewhere else. I don't think I'll come back here tonight. I will leave them alone tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll start down here, because they will probably come back in the morning and go from that side and into this meadow. Oh, that is a beautiful buck. so that I'm ready if they come out. It's a nice morning, a lot less windy, and the wind is still favorable. Could be good. Well, not much going on. I saw a smaller buck just traversing up here. I couldn't get the camera on him. It was just a small one. But the big one and the roe, I haven't seen them dead. Well, not the roe anyway. But the other 2 days they have been here way earlier. And the sun has been up for almost 3 hours now. So I'm just gonna give it another half an hour and then I'm gonna try to stalk around, see if I can find them or something else. That was so close. That was so close. I left. I thought I would go around this way in good wind just in case. And I'm almost at the end of this area, and then I see just a butt sticking out. And then he just goes into the thick stuff, and I can see the antlers, and it's him. So I move forward, and I see him coming out, and then he disappears. And it turns out he just went under this sort of little crest formed by all corn, and he's almost at the other side. And then I have to run, well, not run, but I sneak as fast as I can, and I get within maybe 40 meters. He has his butt turned to me, and I just have to risk it because he's on his way into the big stuff on the other side. Fuck, that was so close. And then he saw me, and then he's off. He's here, he's still alive. Nobody shot him yet. I think I will put up a tree stand in that tree over there because the wind is still good, and from there I can see where and whenever he comes. That is a good idea.
A very good idea indeed, if I say so myself. So I put up a tree stand and I spent the evening there without seeing anything whatsoever.
And that, my friends, concludes evening number 3. Didn't see a thing. Dinner, some red wine, sleep, coffee, kill a buck. See you tomorrow. So I came in a little before sunup, and it's really foggy and misty, and I didn't see anything coming in. I spotted the roe, well, a roe down at the bottom. She was alone, which is a good thing because she's gonna come this way and she's gonna get my wind. My wind is sort of going that way, and I'm expecting the buck to come out over there somewhere and hopefully stand still just in front of me here so I can get a shot.
Not long after I have presented my brilliant plan to the camera, I see 2 deer coming up. I get super excited, but also very disappointed when I see the buck is not one of them. And then I see him. He is there, just hiding behind some branches, slowly moving towards me. The 2 young deer move across the field in front of me, while the buck goes slowly along the tree line to the left of me.
I can't wait any longer. I have to get down now. I'm just gonna pack up my my crap and get down there. It's been 15 minutes now. I can see that arrow, I can see the blood. And I looked at the footage, it looks, I mean, you can never be sure, but it looks like a good shot. Should be, it was 15 meters. Some more blood.
Following the blood trail was a relatively easy task. It led me into the trees where I'd seen him disappear, and it wasn't long till I laid eyes on him.
There he is. I'm gonna show you guys. How about that? How about that? This is the beautiful, beautiful buck I was after for 4 days now. And so it all worked out in the end. I got my buck, a beautiful buck. 4 days in a row, the struggle, cold, windy, wet, tired, everything that comes with the territory. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please click subscribe and follow me for more interesting hunting in time to come.